back. If you've just joined us, you're watching the news at 10 on Channels Television, coming to you live from Lagos. A reminder of our top stories. Vice President Osinbajo advocates rejigging of the Buhari administration anti-corruption strategy to ensure success of campaign. Federal High Court orders service of summon on former President Goodluck Jonathan within 5 days in the case of alleged money laundering against former PDP spokesman Olisa Metu. 8 feared killed as Boko Haram militants launch an attack on a military base in Damaturu local government area of Yobe State. And opposition leader Raila Odinga asked supporters to stay home tomorrow as the country holds presidential rerun poll. Now to remember that for more on our top stories and others, please visit our website channelstv.com and youtube.com/channelsweb. And log on to m.channelstv.com to watch us on your mobile device, or download the Channels TV app for Android, iOS and Windows devices from their respective stores. The Channels TV and Channels 24 app will give you access to news and updates. You also have access to the Eyewitness feature, with which you can share those pictures, videos or news of happenings around you. Just install the app, then tap and swipe to reveal the menu and then follow the instructions. The controversy generated by the return of the former chairman of the Presidential Pensions Form Task Team, Abdul Rashid Maina, is yet to die down. Now the Minister of Interior, Abdurrahman Dambazo, has asked Maina to report to the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission. This directive is contained in an official correspondence sent to the EFCC by the Ministry of Interior in response to a letter written by the Anti-Corruption Agency asking the ministry to make Mr. Maina available for questioning. The former pensions boss is accused of money laundering to the tune of 2 billion naira while serving as the chairman of the Pensions Reform Task Team in 2015 and was declared wanted by the EFCC. He resurfaced last month and was subsequently posted to the Ministry of Interior as the Acting Director of Human Resources before President Buhari ordered his immediate disengagement. The Minister of Interior had denied any involvement in the recall and reinstatement of Maina, a position the head of Civil Service of the Federation refuted. And the Federal High Court sitting in Abuja has ordered the court bailiff to serve a subpoena on the former President Goodluck Jonathan within 5 days, compelling him to appear in court as a defense witness in the trial of a former National Publicity Secretary of the People's Democratic Party, Mr. Olisa Metu. The court, presided over by Justice Okonabang, also ordered the prosecutor, Mr. Sylvanus Tahir, to persuade the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission to explore administrative means of ensuring that the Department of State Services produces the detained former National Security Advisor, Colonel Sambo Dasuki, in court on the next adjourned date of October the 31st, 2017.
Following an application on Monday, the 23rd of October, by Mr. Metu, who is standing trial for alleged money laundering offenses, Justice Abang had issued 2 separate summons on former President Goodluck Jonathan and former National Security Advisor, Colonel Sambo Dasuki, compelling them to appear in court on Wednesday, the 25th of October. With both men conspicuously absent from court, the defense lawyer informs the court that the bailiff has been unable to effect service on Goodluck Jonathan and asks the court to order the bailiff to ensure that a further attempt of service is made. The prosecutor objects and insists that it is the duty of the defense team to ensure the service of the summons on their witness. Justice Abang, who agrees with the defense team that a singular attempt by the bailiff to serve Goodluck Jonathan personally at his home in Abuja is insufficient, directs the bailiff to effect service within 5 days. Lawyer to Mr. Metu applauds the ruling of the court, while the prosecutor admits that Colonel Dasuki is being held by an agency of the federal government.
As to what happens to Goodluck Jonathan, the former president of Nigeria, the issue is that he was not served with the subpoena.
Colonel Sambo Dasuki is in the custody of an agency of the federal government, and the prosecution in this case is at the instance of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So we will abide by the order of the court and see how we can liaise with the government agency in custody of Dasuki so that they can produce him in court.
Earlier in the day's proceedings, the lawyer to Colonel Dasuki lost his bid to stop the court from compelling his client's appearance, as Justice Abang declined hearing the application on the ground that the court lacks jurisdiction.
We're going to look into that. We'll reflect on it properly. Either we will appeal the judgment of the Court of Appeal to Supreme Court, or we take an appeal against his own decision that he has no jurisdiction. But we are going to react very, very shortly.
As the countdown to the appearance of the former president begins, Mr. Pt.2, who applied for the subpoena to serve him, may have to explore alternative options of service, including through substituted means if the bailiff fails to effect service on the former president within the next 5 days.
Let's cross over to Abuja now. Here's Gloria Umezuke. Gloria.
Hello, Ijoma. About 8 persons are feared killed in an attack by Boko Haram insurgents on a military base at Sasawa in Damaturu local government area of Yobe State, northeast Nigeria. Our correspondent in the state gathered that 8 of those killed are soldiers including an officer, while the 9th victim of the attack is a civilian. The attack, which was said to have taken place in the early hours of Tuesday, left several others with various degrees of injury. The militants reportedly overran the military base with 7 gun trucks, taking the soldiers on guard unawares. The spokesman of the 3-division base in Damaturu, Colonel Kayode Ogunsoya, who confirmed the attack, added that details of the raid remain sketchy, while casualty was recorded on both sides. This attack comes as the Nigerian Air Force announced that the wife of the Boko Haram leader, Abubakar Shekau, might have been killed in air raids in Dawawa settlement on the outskirts of Uga, near Kondiga. Malama Fitzdasi was said to have been representing her husband in a coordinating meeting with other terrorists at the location of the airstrikes. Well, meanwhile, 2 persons have been confirmed killed and 2 others injured in an attack on Jol village in Rayom local government area of Plateau State last night. The spokesman of the police command in the state told Channels Television that the attack occurred on Tuesday night, leading to the death of 16-year-old Susan Daniel and 29-year-old Joel Joji. The survivors of the attack by suspected herdsmen are said to be receiving treatment for gunshot wounds. The police said no arrest has been made in respect of the incident, while investigations are ongoing. The latest killing is coming on the heels of similar attacks by suspected herdsmen on some villages in Bassa local government areas of Plateau States in the past few weeks. Away from security issues, 3 suspected cases of monkeypox have been recorded in Delta State. The State Commissioner of Health, Dr. Nicholas Azenge, says the suspected cases have been isolated and are currently under medical care at an undisclosed location in the state. He is insisting that they will await the result of a laboratory test to confirm if indeed the patients are infected with the monkeypox virus. The Federal Ministry of Health announced recently that only 3 cases of monkeypox virus have been confirmed following tests conducted on samples at the WHO laboratory in Dakar, Senegal. Well, staying with health matters, 7 years after the installation of some medical equipment at the University of Calabar Teaching Hospital, the federal government is set to launch an investigation into their supply. A visit to the institution by the House of Representatives Committee on Health led to the discovery of the items now described as obsolete. The committee members were in the States to monitor the implementation of the 2016 and 2017 budget allocated to the health sector.
The University of Calabar Teaching Hospital plays host to the committee members of the House of Representatives on Health, led by its Deputy Chairman, Honorable Mohammed Jega. After a series of intense deliberations to how the 2016-2017 budget allocated to the hospital was spent, they set out on a general inspection of the hospital. Halfway through the visit, the CMD, Dr. Thomas, decried the state of the hospital, which according to him does not represent a true standard of such a facility. He asked for an increased budgetary allocation in the next financial year to complete ongoing projects and be put into use.
Now, we need funds to pay their source services for them to return back to work and work efficiently and keep the hospital in a healthy state for the average Nigerian.
The deputy chairman of the committee assured that the committee will deliberate further and see how allocations to the hospital can increase.
We're here to monitor the performance of 2016 and 2017 budget, to inspect the ongoing projects and see to what extent are they completed, and if not completed, what happened? What are the reasons for not being completed?
If equipment worth billions of naira will be dumped on institutions without they requesting for it and having been paid for over a period of several years without being used, it is a very bad thing that the committee discovered. And we have decided and asked the CMD of Unical Teaching Hospital to give us further information which can be a basis of investigation by the committee to get to the root of the matter and find why the equipment have not worked.
The Cross River State government maintains improving health care is a priority for the current administration, and the importance of the University of Calabar Teaching Hospital cannot be underestimated as residents await the outcome of the lawmakers' visit.
When the news at 10 returns, Guinness Nigeria PLC records 1.9 billion naira profit after tax for the 2017 financial year. But that's after the break. Please join us again.